All right, you guys, here is another comment section video. All right, which I say is a great reason for you guys to continue to always leave your comments. Not only does it push the video out, but you could end up getting a video response out the deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and read what this person wrote. She said, my boyfriend, whom I suspect has narc behavior, just broke up with me with no valid reason. I go no contact right after the breakup. Then after a day, he started calling most of my coworkers, telling lies and explaining to them what happened to our relationship, telling them it was my fault. Well, I thought he broke up with me because I caught him cheating on Messenger. Now he is calling most of my friends, telling different stories. Should I tell them the true story and ask them to block him out on social media? Please help, because it's getting on me emotionally. Terrible. I think what the person is being is emotionally messing her up right now. She's all over the place with this and doesn't know how to deal with it. Well, considering, first of all, I'm just going to say this, is your friends. Yes, you can tell them the true story. It's your friends. And if they're truly your friends, they're going to understand that and they're going to back off of this guy. All right. And they're not going to feed into it with him or anything. And if anything, this situation might help you see who's your real friend and who's not. And that's a blessing too. Don't get hurt by it. This might be a season of cleaning house for you, starting with this a-hole right here. Okay. And then it may be some other people around you that might need to go too. And maybe not. But all I'm just telling you is be mindful about that. All right. So let me just go back to the beginning of her comments and do this. My boyfriend, whom I suspect is narc behavior. So it's already in your guts. Chances are he's minimally a toxic person, right? Just broke up with you for no valid reason. I'm just going to stop there. It's okay even when it appears that way, just look at it as God's protection. It's something that you don't know about this person, but it turns out you knew something. So let's just continue. Then after a day, he started calling most of the coworkers. So it makes me feel like, does he work in another department or for the same company? Because narcissists are very image focused. So, he's just trying to do some damage control. And maybe he's seeing other people in the office. Maybe that person in the messenger was from the office, or, he's doing that in the office. He doesn't want the new supply to find out about his history and people talk, or, and narcissists are paranoid anyway. Even if you weren't to say anything, he thought for some reason you would. So he's trying to beat you to the chase. And I made a video about what narcissists do when they're in survival mode. And I recommend that you check that video out. And in it, I was like, beat you to the chase. So he wanted to get his story out first because he want to plant that seed and water it before you come. And they'll already have some thoughts about it based off of what he said. And this is what he's trying to do. All right. And he was telling lies, of course, victimizing himself and making you out to be the bad guy, I know, to save his false mask and his image. Of course he was doing this. But if he doesn't work there, it would be quite interesting to me. Why would he be so invested in doing this with your coworkers? All right, unless I guess you hang out with them outside of work and he got to meet some of them, who knows? But either way, he's trying to save face and save his mask. All right, so he was telling lies and explaining to them what happened in our relationship, which is immature and none of their business. See how inappropriate narcissists are? These are coworkers. What do they even need to know about your personal relationship anyway? That is very unprofessional. So it could be him, trying to smear your career or your position at work. Like, why do they need access to this part of your life to begin with? Let's continue here. Telling them it was your fault, of course. And then you're saying you thought, because of course it was no valid reason when he pulled himself away from you. He didn't really give you one, but you're just thinking about what's going on with, well, recently I found this out. So it makes sense that he's, for his fear of rejection and abandonment, he's trying to dump me before I dump him. That's quite possible. But let's continue. You caught him cheating on Messenger, having an emotional affair. Now he is calling most of your friends. So now it's not even your coworkers, it's friends. He's trying to get to everybody in your circumference. Like, he just doesn't want to look a certain way, telling them different stories, because chances are your coworkers aren't going to talk to your friends, you know, so they're not going to be able to compare notes oftentimes. And they shouldn't be talking behind your back anyway. But let's continue here. Should I tell them the true story? Yeah, and ask them to block him. Sure, that's nothing. There's nothing wrong with requesting that. They're your friends. They should be on your side, of course, and they shouldn't want anything to do with yesterday's old news and garbage, right? Help, because it's getting on me, it's emotionally bothering me. Yeah. So on top of all of this, you know, you're just trying to grieve the loss of this relationship, this toxic person. See it as a relief. You know, you don't need this trash in your life. Okay, he did you a favor, and let him be somebody else's problem right now. You have to start shifting your perceptions. And I know in the beginning of a breakup, our emotions have to catch up with our logic. Okay, and you know, it's normal to feel hurt because you had some care for him. And that's why you chose to commit to him and try to, you know, have something, build something healthy with him. And, you know, he wasn't about to do that. But the good news is now that he's out of the way, you can heal from that and eventually get closer to or receive what you actually deserve. So stop looking at this breakup, you know, as the end all be all. But I think, you know, it's just compiled because he's running his mouth. Oh my gosh, so weak. And he's actually acting very, very guilty. And anyone with a normal amount of emotional maturity is going to be like, whoa. But, you know, they're not going to know that he went to everybody unless you go ahead and let your friends know. You know, he's starting a smear campaign to try to protect his image, okay? Because it's something that he's vested in, you know, protecting. And I don't know if it's certain connections that you have with other people that he's vested in protecting for some reason as well, beyond just protecting his mask, okay? But, you know, time is going to be a factor, and welcome to this channel. I know I have a lot of content here to help you feel better, sweetie. Look into that. If you're still struggling, I do offer one-on-one coaching if you need that support to help you get through that. And I wrote a wonderful book, The X Factor Volume 1. It teaches people to get over their breakups in a more glorious, positive nature. Is available in ebook and hard copy in Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. If you wanted a signed copy, you can go to my website, lakiacrawford.com. I highly recommend that book for you. It's a great way to begin to fill the voids. And speaking of which, get really positive. You know, start, you know, filling those voids that you filled with him with positive things. And, you know, don't be attached to external. People are always going to be talking and have something to say. And, you know, just make sure you're solid and strong within yourself, because right now you definitely seem off balance. All right. Don't let him get in your head. Don't let other people get in your head. You know what went down. He's seeing what it was, and he didn't want to get dumped first. Okay. Don't allow him to come back and start a cycle of abuse when his other relationship doesn't work for him, or he feels like he's bored and this sort of thing. Okay. You can do better, and you deserve better, and you will get better as long as you see to it. All right. So I hope that this is helping her and anyone else. And I also, you know, something discerned me to say this to you. It's okay to tell them the truth, but it's not up to you to convince anybody. All right. So it's one thing to say, you know, here's the real deal. This is what really happened between me and that jerk. And it's another thing, well, he said this and he said, if your friends are doing that to you, like trying to make you further explain yourself and this and that, look, preserve your energy, okay? And let that be an indication of their trust for you and what side they may be on. Because some people do sit on the fence, okay? And a lot of times we use the word friend very loosely, and we'll come to find out we'll be lucky if we had one or two real true friends. Okay, so be very mindful of that. Watch my trust videos, part 1 and 2, and make sure you're increasing your emotional maturity. Right now is the time for you to put into yourself, but don't be hard on yourself as well. Okay, love and compassion. Be your own best friend right now and forever. All right, you got this, sweetie. And if you need help, like I said, you can visit my website, lakiacrawford.com, and schedule your appointment. And this goes for anyone out there that's listening to this video and that's struggling right now. All right, you guys. With that being said, make sure you hit that like button if this video resonated with you. Those are great ways to support the channel. Hit the like button, comment. It sends this content out in YouTube world. All right. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And until next time, please take care.